Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual. Today, I would like to speak about faith, love, hope, and their effect on our being. Faith, love, hope is in three of our different bodies. We can also call them faith body, love body, and hope body. They are just different words if we are to put certain faculties and certain values, no qualities, on what we are to speak about now. Faith, you see, is in the astral world. The faith in higher beings, the wise guidance of the world, acknowledgement of the Christ and the hierarchy and Father, Holy Spirit and the Christ and so on. And of course we cannot live on faith alone, obviously. That is an inheritance that we cannot use over longer periods of time until it decays. You see, we need to put in new moral impulses instead of following along on old rules. Faith is, to all intents and purposes, a certain feeling of connectedness to the divine by trusting them, in a sense. Faith in itself is kind of hard to define, isn't it? But devotion, reverence, respect and love for the higher beings really is speaking for itself, truly. Love is in our etheric body, one further down in our life formative forces. Love is, well, what connects us, what makes us understand one another, what makes us go beyond our own egotistical personal opinions so that we can harmoniously create something that we agree with together. This requires, of course, conscious attention. Many people do not wish to share their space with others, and hence they become so overwhelming in many ways. Of course, it's not to say that we do not struggle with these things now and then, but we constantly work upon ourselves. And the love for all of mankind, for every individual, for every single life, for every mineral, plant, animal, and every individual human being, and all of mankind on this earth, the cosmos, the hierarchy, well, have love for them. The love, the inclusion, the making it an extension of yourself in a sense, although they are individual and unique in their own nature. Then we have hope, which goes deep down into the physical body. Hope for future incarnations and higher development. Knowing that in the future there will come developments that there are developments that will be higher than this one, and that is, you wake up with hope in your body, and that, yeah, this is what we strive towards. You see how these three brings you movement. It flows into you like, imagine, this is a weird one. I'm trying to give you pictures of this. Imagine flour. Not a flour like in a plant, but flour like in grinded wheat. When you have that in your in that liter cup, you know, when you shake it, it becomes denser and denser and denser, right? That is what happens with human beings if we do not have faith, love and hope. We dense and dry up and become sclerotic and mummies, more or less, in our soul world, in our spiritual being. You see, we become bitter, we become hateful and become complaining, and you know, that is what happens without faith, love and hope. With faith, love and hope, you pervade your whole being with movements and with certain faculties that allows you for stability. And You pervade light and love into every cell and in your being, so you help spiritualize it, become more radiant, shine out more, and last but not least, care for your health and your inner spiritual food. That means whatever you take in every single day, you become very, very much aware of, because you know every single thing you take in from day to day affects your whole soul. And it either gives you insight, stability, strength, and resolve, a foundation, or it distracts you and keeps you fidgety, keeps you nervous and in fear. So by having faith, love, hope, we strive towards something. We strive towards something that has been given to us in grace, and it is about us to up to us to take it in and actively work upon it. And it first requires faith. You need to have faith that it is there, that it is never in vain. Then you have the love for the work that comes afterwards. You need to go, that is one step deeper after you have worked enough on your astral body, so that faith is as strong as a mountain. Then you work on the love, which expands, embraces, includes, and also warms up. It makes into movement, expands, like heat does. Coldness contracts, isolates. You see? These are realities. It even is reality in its physical sense. Think about it, warmth. When you warm up metal, it expands. When you cool it down, it contracts. It is the same with the human being, and spiritual warmth works in the exact same way. Spiritual love works in the exact same way. It is just more super sensible. You see? We cannot bring a stream of visual warmth to you. But I can definitely, through my words, concepts, and symbols, warm up your soul, lift it up. That is what I mean. That is what brings inner power. Love, if you exclude love and you believe that to be power, that is the blackest of power, you see. By excluding a third of your whole being, by only having thinking and will in there, you are excluding the most important part of the being, the feeling being, which meets the earthly with the heavenly. And to exclude what is human is the most clever thing Ahriman has ever come to do, because he makes us believe that emotions are a weakness, when it in truth is our moral compass, and also our strength for values, morals, ethics, love. The more you can sit within your love being and not be afraid of love, not feeling ashamed of love, and still love no matter if the whole world were poking at you and look at that idiot, what a naive fool. Sure, that's true. But at least I am trying. At least we'd make an effort, you know? The effort is worth anything, is worth far, far more than being safe, you know? Than, yeah, I feel comfortable here. I don't dare go beyond this. That is not bravery. That is cowardice. Remember that. It literally is. If you want to stay stuck on where you are, and I know you that listens to me, do not. Nope. Those that listen and watches my videos are cut from the same type of cloth that I am. And I know you have that longing for the divine that I do have. Or else you wouldn't relate to me. And I relate to you because I know what I longed for in my earlier life. And since no one else was there to teach me, no one was there to ever tell me and teach me anything, I had to find out for myself and become that role model I was looking for. That is what I am constantly focusing on. Being a guiding light that brings you freedom of choice for yourself to go check out for yourself. Not take my words. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my authority on it. Check out for yourself. Go study anthroposophy. Go study spiritual science. Immerse yourself in it for a few thousand hours and you will come to understand what I mean. We will meet at the same place. You will come to know exactly what I know and see it from where I see it, because that is, well, the spiritual world is objective like that in a sense. Yes, we are individual human beings with subjective experiences of things, right? And we color our spiritual experiences a little differently from person to person. But once you have reached high enough in development, we all understand each other. You see? That is the subjective and the objective in the subjective. You see? The whole in the individual. And it is about finding that. And faith, love, hope helps you stay strong, steady, sturdy in morality, love, and the path to become more and more angelic, to become the 10th link in the divine hierarchy. For now we have the seraphim, cherubim, thrones, first hierarchy. Kyriadetes, dynamis, exousiai, or spirits of wisdom, spirits of movement, and spirits of form, second hierarchy. Archai, archangels, and angels, the third hierarchy. Human beings, in the future, the fourth hierarchy, the 10th. You will see there will come 2 races more after us, but that is so far and we should not even think about that for now. But just remember, we are aspiring to become divine beings, and the next. We are, just as the angels and archangels are guiding us now, we are to guide the next race. So it is best that we start behaving truly dignified, honorably, like spiritual beings should in the future. And the more we can grasp the future, that future sight, that future goal, that future aspiration for all of mankind that the Christ has given the impulse for, the more you immerse yourself in faith, love, and hope. Because that is what you do through action. You have hopeful actions, faithful actions, loving actions. Remember, it is your actions that truly speaks of who you are. Your feelings and thoughts can be very much unaligned with your actions, you see? You can do an action and actually hate your action. You see? It's important to be aligned to your actions and actually purify, ennoble, transform, and make mastery and control of our inner being. And faith, love, and hope helps you anchor and stable yourself. Because you know that the higher worlds, Christ, they are comforters, protectors, bigger brothers, a family, a soul spiritual family. And they wish the best for us. And just as a big brother looks at a younger brother in a silly way when he does something dumb, so does the higher world do that to us too. But what are you doing? You get that feeling of, what am I doing? When you do something dumb. Unless you have detached yourself from those feelings just to not feel them anymore, because why wouldn't you want to feel it anymore? Do you feel it that often? Ask those questions. It is about reflecting upon oneself, maybe meet other people so they can reflect back to you certain aspects of yourself and so on, which is why we do go explore the world, never losing ourselves away in an isolated ball, you know? So, I think I will leave you with this. I have so much fun when I create, and I always wake up early in the morning, so I still have a very, very fresh, clear astral world right before me. So to use it to our advantage and to guide where we are perceiving things in the spiritual. There are many regions in the spiritual world. Some of them are war-torn, others are more peaceful, others again are loving, spiritual. You see, there are many, just like there are regions to the physical, so there are regions to the etheric and the astral too. And as you know, the astral and etheric is not physical, so you can actually grasp it here or there, in your area, you can grasp it sitting still, you can move very, very much when you sit still. That is the thing. And it is about connecting to what moves within you despite your physical body. It's kind of moving from living in your physical body alone and one step higher to the etheric. So you live from the etheric and the body is more kind of dragging along. That is the best way of describing it. So you are more your thoughts and emotions and will. You are more super sensible than you are the physical body. Because if you identify as the physical body, you are bound up by it and hence are kind of imprisoned by it and do not have any choice in the matter. When you feel something heavy and you feel it becomes 10 times more heavy than what it would be like if you had separated your etheric a little bit from your physical. That means your ego, your thinking, your at least you live more from your thinking world and your feeling world and your will than you do your physical. It's hard to explain it, but you are not the physical. Your physical is an expression of your soul spiritual being. And your soul spiritual being has built your physical body to express itself, and hence you look like you do and so on. And I promise you, appearance is a lot more honest than we like ourselves to believe. Remember this. So the more healthy a person looks, why do you think so? Because he do healthy actions. He do healthy deeds and healthy practices. If a person looks unhealthy, that is the reflection of their inner being. You see, I'm not going to go detail into that, but we can imagine ourselves this. That is faith, love and hope strengthens your resolve to not degrade. Is that, yeah, degrade and degrade your being with immoral and unhealthy habits, degrading and disrespectful thoughts, feelings of hatred and disdain and despair and fear, and will impulses of, when it has gone so far that your will impulses, your emotions have affected you so much that the will impulses take over and you react in impulse. Boom! In an explosion. By mastering your thoughts, you affect your feelings and indirectly affect your will so that you can master yourself. That is what I will leave you with now. So, thank you so much, you beautiful, beautiful human being you. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, my God, bless, protect, love, and guide you. May the ancient masters, ancestors from every incarnation, the higher hierarchy, every planetary archangels, every constellation or zodiac beings, and the highest of the high, bless, protect, guide, love you, and may you awaken to these spiritual realities laying behind everything. I love you so much. Thank you. Goodbye.